Thank you for joining us on Discussion to Action. Today we're going to be talking about the common phrase made by many women who say that there are no good men out there, and then we're also going to have a conversation about women of value. I'm really happy to have the individuals that we have here today. And Alicia, you came like an hour away, right?
Yes.
So I'm so grateful to have you here. I'm grateful to have all of you guys here to add to the discussion. So you guys ready? Yes. Thank you ladies for coming. Let's get started. All right. Okay, so you guys, I'm sure you know of the phrase, there are no good men out there. Heard of it, maybe experienced it yourself, I don't know, and maybe have been a woman who says that. But I wanted to get a clear understanding of this. Do women in general actually believe that there are really no good men out there?
No, I don't think I would.
No.
And if you can speak up too. I have to project as well, but yeah, you don't think, in general, do you think that women, because I mean, it's a common phrase, so is it like, do you think they really believe that when they're saying that?
I hear more there's not that many good men out there. I don't hear that there's none. They just haven't found one maybe, so they haven't lost hope, at least my circle.
Mm-hmm.
They are still holding out hope, and they haven't, you just haven't found the person. They think they're out there though.
So when you say hope, that's an interesting thing, like there's still hope, because that kind of alludes to the whole fact that there's not any, or there's very limited supply.
We outnumber them is what I
Yeah.
The numbers do not make sense.
When you say we outnumber them, meaning good women, women in general?
all the above.
Right.
Yeah.
D.
And then
I think it's a spectrum. So I'm 38, something like that. Okay. 39. I just had a birthday like 2 weeks ago. But so say a guy that I meet today, maybe 20 years ago, he wouldn't be considered a good guy. But today he may. So it depends on where you catch him. And then I think maybe I'm just not the woman that kind of sharpens him to be that good guy. And he might be, beautiful for some other woman out there. For me, he did me wrong. So I think all of those things come into play.
So you said something interesting. You said sharpen him to become this good man, is what you're saying?
Yes.
So do you believe that that's possible for a man, I'm thinking on the other side, a not so good man, to be sharpened or shapen or molded to be a good man?
I think he has to want it, and I think that it can come to the detriment of the woman. But yes, I do believe so.
And what do you mean by that, the detriment?
Does she sacrifice everything? I'm about to lose my hair. She sacrificed everything to kind of bring it out of him, because it's work.
All right, anybody have anything to say with that?
I wanted to say, I want to piggyback off what she said. You see these men, and they're with this one woman, and they're not so good. Then maybe a couple women down the road, they're like great. So I believe to the detriment of women sometimes, that we're that learning curve, you know what I mean? So it has happened. I know people that when I was with them, when we were younger, let's say, they weren't so good, and I'm like, God, they're really a good husband of that person. So maybe I wasn't mature enough, we weren't mature enough, or timing wasn't right, or we weren't compatible, but yeah, it happens.
Well, speaking of that, because when you say that at first they were not so good, and then later they're good husbands or what have you, define a good man.
that's
Like-
what I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, what is that? What is a good man versus when you say he wasn't so good at first, what does that mean? And then
I think that's personal.
yeah.
Like, what I want may not be what the next person wants. So it's what's good for me. Like, what helps me grow. Like, what helps, like the characteristics that I want in a man. Sometimes my friends do not want those same characteristics, but those are important to me because that's part of who I am. So I need somebody who matches that and feeds that.
Okay, when you say characteristics, because now we're talking about good men versus not so good men. When you say characteristics that you would want, does that mean that he's not a good man? Because I'm trying to figure out what is a not so good man versus, you know what I mean? So define what a not so good man. And this is what I found too. When I've asked different women, what's a good man? And nobody had an answer. They didn't even know. And I've asked a lot of women. And then in this conversation, it seems like it should just be, a quick answer. Oh, you define a good man like this. Or a not so good man like that. So what is
Well, I think it's some basic things like.
Yeah, like
I thought that-
you can generalize it.
Yeah.
You don't kind of
Let's
do that.
let's generalize it. Because it's important. I mean, even like I said, on one-on-one conversations with women, different women, people, they really did not know how to define a good man, and that I would think is a problem, right?
Yeah.
Like if you don't know what
Know
you're
what you
looking for, yeah, exactly. You don't know what you're looking for. Any guy can just come to you and present himself, and because you don't know what a good man is or a not so good man, then you take the
I actually know, I had both.
okay.
And I think I have a good man now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Man.
You know how So I've had, what can I say? So the basic things, you know, being God-fearing, respectful to women, loving their mothers, loving their kids, treating a woman like a queen, all of those things are what I consider almost what I need to be almost catered to in a way. I want to be also lifted up in that way and not put down. And I've had that opposite thing. So the person I have now respects my opinion. He lets me be me. You know, I don't have to change to get smaller, big, whatever the case may be, things I've gone through when I was younger. He caters to me, you know, in that way. So I think that good for me right now is just he's a good father. I like a man that commands a room, funny, that kind of thing. That's kind of what it is for me. You know, he respects women. He likes women. You know what I mean? Not in the way of disrespect. You don't hear him. And his mom, he's always talking about his mom. And when I was younger, I used to be like, but wow, when they love their mom, like the way that, I think this is a thing that he has. He loves his mom. Like that's his like character, like of a good woman. So then he looks for that in women. So I remind him of his mom. But before I would have took offense to that. But actually, I'm glad that I do because that makes him cater to me in that way.
And when you say cater and you say treat you like a queen, what does that mean?
Well, no, he runs my bath water. He does all kinds of like,
Wow.
I don't have to lift a finger on things.
Hmm.
Like sometimes I'm like, I could do that, but you know what? I am tired. You know what? Go for it. Before I used to be like, kind of felt uncomfortable. Now I just, yeah, you want to do that, go for
Okay.
it. He likes to do it, so.
And so what made you knock on wood about that?
Because
Is that
I may have said this. I may have said this in the past, right? I was trying to like when I said it, I thought I'm saying that now. I'm scared that I said it. Like, what if there's something? Because I have been hurt before, fooled, right? We're a few years in, so you know, thank God, you know that's not the case. But I was being funny, but it has happened to where you think you have this good man until you find out otherwise.
Okay, when you said fooled, I want to talk about, I don't know, I'm kind of jumping ahead, but because you opened it up, you know, good men imposters. And you know what that looks like, what that means, or how can you even tell? Because if you and it's even operating in our hurt, right? Because you're just hoping that this one is the one, right? You're hoping that, and then like you said, I'm afraid to even say it because then I'll find out. As if you saying that he's a good man, somehow the truth is gonna come out like tomorrow or tonight when you get home, right?
This is the one that messed up.
I wasn't really good.
I was like, I don't want to say he's a good man in case he's not. But, you know, has anyone experienced good men imposters? And how do you know? Like, is there something that was being avoided or, you know, you kind of looked over that were signs or, you know, what have you?
Yeah, I don't know if it was like an imposter situation or if it was just me fooling my own self. Like, because I feel like sometimes there are like signs that you brush off. Like, oh, that's not nothing. And then it gets bigger and bigger. And then when it slaps you in your face, you're like, you was pretending this whole time. But like almost he wasn't pretending this whole time. Because there are little hints and clues that they drop. They're not super significant to where you're going to run away. But there are still things that you should pay attention to.
Right. And what makes you think that? Why do you think women do that?
I think that your attachment to something, whether you feel depleted or you're trying to like cover something that happened in the past, you hold on to that. So like there will be the words he's saying, I don't want this and whatever the case may be, but his action will show you different, but that's his comfort zone. So it's kind of like you're settling for that comfort zone, but verbally he's telling you he don't want to be with you indirectly. You're just missing those signs. So it's kind of like your brain tries to readjust what your heart is trying to cover.
That is
So-
true.
It is.
Yeah, and can you elaborate a little, like, can you give an example? Are you able to make
Like a situationship. Everybody nowadays in the new age are always in situationships. The man will always be like, oh, I'm just trying to better myself. Or, you know, my job, I'm working too much, or something like that. Like, right, there's always some excuse of why they can't fully commit to you.
Yeah.
And it's because they're not fully committed to themselves because they want to just do whatever they want. So it's like their actions though, they'll be like, oh yeah, you can stay over late at night. Oh, you can chill, you trying to do this, you trying to do that. But it's never nothing like in a formal. Everything is informal. So then, but then they got you feeling like it's something because of your attachment to wanting to be loved, neediness, anything of depletion to make you feel whole. In actuality, you're not whole because you're trying to look after him to complete you whole.
Okay, good.
Pastor said something one time about if a man comes to you and says, you complete me, you make me whole, to run the, you know, you want a whole man. You want someone to come to you whole and you're whole, instead of you complete me. You know, people get flattered, oh, he says I complete him. That means he's half a man or not
And
a
that's
whole
a lot of
man.
work.
And it's a lot of work, and you still work on you.
Right, you definitely have to work on you. What are women really saying when using that phrase, that there are no good men out there? What is the message that they're trying to say? Because women are just saying it, you know? I mean, there's just a lot of, even on YouTube or whatever, people just kind of come out and say it. And they say it in conversations. So when women are saying that, what is the message?
They're
What-
broken. They're damaged. I think it's both though, because there are some men out there that ain't no good.
Right.
Like they're out there to literally, because my sister have been in some situations like a man literally was dating her, had a wife in New York, had kids, and put on this whole facade like he was it. So men are out there purposely trying, they're no good. But then when women just like, there ain't no good man, I can't do that, she's damaged. She's hurt. And that's all, she just speaking from pain. And she don't know how to elaborate that there aren't any good men.
Okay.
Or articulate,
Then we
should I say.
attract, and we attract. So if you see it, you're the common denominator, all these men aren't good. This man wasn't good, and this man wasn't good, and this man, you gotta look, okay, out of all this, what's the common denominator? If you're the common denominator, then you may be attracting that thing.
Okay. Are you guys okay?
We're trying to be concise, like you said, right? Let's say what we got to say. Be conscious of the time.
Okay. All right.
How about you? You okay?
Yes, I am okay. I am good. All right. It's okay. You guys can put your water in. It doesn't matter. All right.